after a day at the beach, the kids always return home with a car full of seashells, am I right?
Yes.
Well, here to show us how we can turn your souvenirs into a work of art is Maria. Go ahead, Maria. She sells
seashells by the seashore.
Try it faster.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Sure, I did.
Yeah, it did it. It's, you know, theater tongue twisters. We used to do those. So, no, the truth is, seashells it's summer, and they just scream summer to me.
Do.
And this is something that my son Grant always loved to do at the beach. It gives them something to like sort of hunt for when you're there. And you can see that's him right there, just finding everything. And they're so beautiful. They really are nature's artwork. And I have a girlfriend in Florida that I went to college with who messaged me about seashells and how she's looking for a project because she has so many, an abundance of them. So I thought this would be a really fun thing for her to do.
It's a great idea. It's a great idea. So obviously you need some seashells.
Yes.
What else do we need and how do we get started?
Okay, so first you want to kind of figure out your aesthetic. So you can see up there I have two options. I have my sort of natural one if you want, and I have my sort of mermaid vibe-ish
It is a little bit more
mermaid.
Yeah.
And so actually I live in Manhattan Beach, Cameron, and they sell things that look just like this, and they're very expensive. So I'm going to show you how to do it for a fraction of the price.
You see?
And I know.
Love
and so,
it.
okay, both of them are, you can see, are sort of like the, what everything's hanging from is up to you, but I have driftwood right here.
Okay.
Driftwood is probably going to be the only thing you really have to spend any kind of money on if you can't find it. If you can find it, it's really great. Or just grab like a dowel or some sticks or something like that. That's all you need to start.
A branch from your backyard?
A branch, anything. So you could do that. And so that's what I have here.
Okay.
And for the mermaid one, I painted it white. So that's all you really need to do for that. So pick out your aesthetics. After that, what I think is a good idea to do is take your shells and see what you have. So I would put them all out, and this is going to kind of help you figure out your next step and how you want to either paint them or the way you're going to attach them. So you can see maybe I have this many, add a few more.
And does the type of shell determine how you're going to attach them? How does it all work?
It does. So you can see the ones that I have here that are like this, that could potentially be sandwiched together.
Okay.
This is something that is a really good idea if you are not wanting to drill, which I'm going to show you how to drill. And if you want it to be on, so you can see this is also part of the aesthetics are the ropes. So you can see I used a thicker rope to have them hang, or to hang the top part, but if you have a thinner rope or you have some twine, there's a chance that you would get a better look and better longevity if you put a hole in it.
Got it, because it would almost look like it's floating up there if you use that.
Exactly.
Right? So that's where the hole in the drill comes into play.
The hole is going to be for also these bigger guys here.
Okay.
So we're going to show you guys how to do that exactly. So we have our drill here. This with the drill bit. Cameron's very excited.
Hey, listen, there's a power tool here. I'm excited.
There is.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Okay. So we have a drill bit at the top, and so that is what's going to give you the best result when you are drilling into the shells. So Cameron, let me give you one.
That's a good point. That's a good tip.
There you go. So if you want to do that, and however you see fit. So I did it a couple different ways. You can see here. I did it like this to kind of give it a place to push down on here.
Okay.
But Cameron, when we were practicing, we did it the other way as well. But
go
slow with this, and as you can see, it can take it just takes a little bit of elbow grease. And the reason I have this underneath is because you see all these little holes here? Those are from me. So that's because it can be, I found once you go through, it's kind of hard to tell when you're going through. So that's why you want a specific base
are pretty strong,
at the
so
bottom.
the bit will help a lot.
They're super strong. That's something that I will tell you the bit is going to make a huge difference when it comes to that. Okay.
Got it.
So also Cameron, right here, let me tell you, I recommend when you paint them, if you want to go for that painted look, the sort of mermaid-esque look, this is what happens if you paint it first and then drill. It looks like this, it kind of chips it away, so it's super important if you want it to really look sort of glamorous and beautiful. This is the spray paint afterwards. There's one here and I have one here. So when it comes to the spray paint, you can really use any kind of spray paint that you like, I found. And I even mixed, just make sure if you're using an acrylic spray paint, stick to that. Don't mix that with an oil-based, otherwise you could have some bubbles.
Drill first, paint later.
Yes.
Okay, very good.
That's the moral of the story.
Well, no, that's part of it. And then you're going to attach these to the twine or to the rope.
Exactly.
And you're going to show us how to do that with the holes, and then also another technique in case we want to glue these, in case we don't have a tile.
Oh, yes, perfect. So, okay, we have ours here. So this is a perfect example of one that's good for the hole. So what you want to do is grab your twine, and this is where it's super easy. If you wanted to possibly do this as a project just for the summer and save your driftwood for another time, you could just make sure you knot it really nicely. After that, You want to put it through here. And a good tip too, if you have issues with the hole, you could always put a little bit of tape at the end, and that'll help it go through. And you can tie your knot here. And this way, Cameron, you could actually, if you tie your knot like this, you could loop another one through. So for instance, if I have this here, you could do this, and then you continue to go. See, this is where like the tape, if this starts to fray, I would put a piece of tape on there and then loop it through again.
Yeah, in my opinion, you should have at least 2, maybe 3 on one piece.
Exactly.
I think it looks great like
exactly. And so to answer your question about the gluing, this is where I found these kind of work. So this is what I started with this. So they hang, you can see like that, and I felt that it looked really finished if you sandwich it together. It looks very unfinished if it turns, and this is what you're looking at. So what I just did is I used some hot glue, and I would do a little bit of the hot glue here, and just put it on like that.
And then just pinch it wherever you feel like it should go.
Yep, and then for my next one, I would take the hot glue and go all the way around the edges like this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Gotcha.
then I would sandwich it together, and it holds very, very well. So you can see. You want to have ones that are similar in size.
Maria?
Or something like that, and then you're good to go. And you just hang it however you want it, wherever you want. It's going to depend on that.
It makes me feel like I want to go to the beach.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now. Let's do it, everybody. Full instructions, go to hallmarkchannel.com. You can find them out there.